Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Hey, Roberters. Come on, Bert.
Roberta.
Thank you. Now it's complete. Hello, Angie and Mike Sanner. Thanks for coming in and modding today. Happy Monday to you. Hello, Hillary V. Hi, sweetheart. Hey, Angel P. Hello, all the Roberters. Angel just became a Roberter while we were in our intro. Thank you for becoming a member and welcome to our little family here. Angel P, thank you. Jill Pill, hey, Brandy 1, and Mom to 23 kitties. Hello, Tracy V. Gosh, I couldn't wait to get on here. Like, my heart's pounding, and I'm just like, I miss you guys. Hello, Red Stags. Happy Monday. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to be talking about this SWAT incident that we heard Brian and his dad mention several times in the body cam footage that was released. There wasn't a whole lot out there, and I'm not going to say that I have a ton of info because what I have comes directly from whatever was reported that day. But I personally had to search for it. I didn't see it. So now I have, and I'm going to share it with you. But before we do that, I want to get out of the way. I know a lot of these guys look alike, and there's the WSU campus police, there's Pullman PD, there's Moscow PD, and I believe that there's University of Idaho campus PD, if I'm not mistaken. You guys are so sweet. I was just with you yesterday, and I miss you. But for reals, okay, so there's no confusion. I want to be clear because I saw some comments on a couple of my posts about the guys that actually broke down and found Kohberger. As far as the story that we're being told, these are the two guys. Sofa King Cool. Hey, thank you for your super sticker. Coming in hot with $5 buckaroos. I hope my alerts kick in. Like this. They're supposed to do that. They didn't. Oh, I hope you're feeling better. Bronchitis is awful. Bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, so these are the two dudes. They are from WSU, Washington State University campus cops. On the left is Daniel Tango, and on the right is Curtis Whitman. Curtis Whitman and Daniel Tiango. So those are just the two guys that one of them looked it up in the system and then the other one drove through the complex. And that was, I don't remember the date of that. November 25th, Moscow police put out a call for law enforcement to be on the lookout for the car. And just a few days later, 2 campus cops came through. What a coinky dink.
What you are witnessing is real. The participants are not actors.
Okay, so enough about that. We're going to be talking about the SWAT incident on December the 15th today. So I think we should start it out with this video because there's only a few and they don't really show a whole hell of a lot. But let's go over to our video player.
And some tense moments at Washington State University tonight. Students are back in their dorms after being evacuated in the middle of the night last night. They were woken up in the middle of the night because of a nearby crime scene. Crime 2 has actually been at the Palouse and on the Palouse since 6 o'clock this morning, covering this breaking news. Janelle Finch is picking up our coverage now with reaction from students tonight. Janelle?
I've been in Pullman for hours, keeping a close watch on the crime scene just below me. Earlier today, we weren't exactly sure what apartment the situation happened in, but now in the dark of night, only one apartment on the 3rd floor is shining bright. So we can potentially assume that that is where the situation happened. And as you can see, there is still crime tape up here at the scene just hours after police shot and killed a man during a SWAT standoff. Wednesday night, WSU students living near campus say they were preparing for their last day of finals.
We had been finishing final papers in my apartment. We finished around, they were due at midnight, right?
Midnight, yeah.
So we finished around midnight. We were leaving to go get food.
But when university students Kylie Canyon Brewer and Madison Barbon walked out the door, they ran into an unexpected situation.
We walked out. She walked out first. There was just a ton of people in the hallway, cops.
Pullman police responded to their neighbor's apartment at the complex just off of Stadium Way around 8:40 p.m. According to Pullman police, a man in his 30s was threatening to kill his 2 roommates. Police evacuated the building, and WSU alerted students to shelter in place. Police say the suspect's behavior escalated, and he began firing gunshots in his apartment.
At the time, I thought it was just really just fireworks or something like that, but very startling to hear.
Students living on campus nearby say it was scary to know how close they were to an active SWAT situation. The Pullman police chief says after the suspect would not comply, a SWAT member shot and killed him.
As a student, it's very scary. You don't really know, who people are sometimes, especially it being in a really big school. So you never really know if you're close to danger or, where the safe places are on campus. So it's very startling and very scary for sure.
An hour and a half after the university told students to shelter in place, they were told the situation was all clear. Still, students say they can't help but think about recent crimes on the Palouse, including last month's Idaho murders.
It's very scary to, the reality of what's going on right now.
Pullman police say Washington State Patrol is taking over further investigation and communication. Students we spoke to living at this apartment say a mix of students and families live at the complex. At this time, we do not know the identity of those involved, but we do know the 2 roommates were able to evacuate and are safe. WSU police are set to reveal the name of the officer involved at a later date and time.
So just about 2 hours ago, we heard from Pullman police, who explained to us, gave us a little bit more of a timeline of events as far as what happened here. So they told us around 8:37 last night, they received a phone call from some people who lived in an apartment complex not too far from where we are. Right now, we're at Stadium in Maine here, just right across from WSU's campus. And they told us that at that time, they received a phone call from residents at that apartment saying that, that one of the people in that apartment was threatening to harm and kill some of their other roommates. Now, there were 2 other roommates that were in the apartment at that time. Police were able to get them out safely. We're told that they're doing fine. But that 30-year-old suspect who made those threats, the male in his 30s, we are told that officers did shoot and kill him. Now, we were able again to speak to the chief of police in Pullman, and here's a little bit about what he had to say about the situation.
His escalating behavior and a continued danger to the public and others.
Can you hear me here? Because I'm not muted. I'm not muted at all. Like, everything's working on my end. Let me know if you can hear me now. Thanks, Mike Sanner. Can you hear me now? The fuck? I'm not muted. Now you can? Okay, so it's that screen. I'm sorry. I wasn't muted. It was just that screen, I guess. Thank you, Mike Sanner. It's like, wake up. Okay, you can't hear me on the other screen. That's odd. Okay. So let's just, I guess, stay here and we'll leave the video player behind. Basically, all I said was that they did release the guy's name. We're going to go over that. There was really nothing important that I said. Let's keep watching this one, then we're going to discuss.
Male was shot by a member of the Whitman County Regional SWAT team. The suspect was found deceased when the Whitman County Regional SWAT team cleared the apartment.
Oh, I know. I am a robot.
Now, there is still a heavy police presence
brain
here in the area. Part of the street right here is blocked off. It's just a few lanes that are closed, so it's very easy to get around. There's also heavy police presence directly behind me with both officers in their uniforms and some out of uniform as well. We also spoke to some of the businesses here in the area who said they really weren't even notified of the situation. One of the women that I talked to at this coffee shop right here, Zoe's, who actually told me that the only reason she was notified was just because her significant other actually happens to attend the school and they got the WSU notification. But several others of their staff members had no idea what was going on this morning when they came into work. So it's lucky for them that they were actually able to get in and get safely. Now, WSU, since this has all happened, has issued an all clear for students. Students are allowed to now return back to classes, especially on a day like today when many students have finals. That's incredibly important. However, again, this area is still blocked off. There is crime tape around, and this is still an active investigation. We're also told that
Okay, so they gave the kids the all clear to come back, but they were still investigating.
He is going to be the ones taking over this investigation, and until they arrive and are able to clear the scene, this crime scene will remain active. We'll continue gathering more information here in Pullman. I'm Channing Curtis for KREM 2 News. Tim Elson, things back to you in the studio.
Yeah, Channing, I actually just spoke to a mother. Her son goes to WSU and actually lives in those apartments there, and they were waiting to take a bus to be transferred to Beasley Coliseum because that sounds like where students were being taken to shelter in place. What did you see at Beasley Coliseum when you drove by? Are people still at the Coliseum? Are they still staying there? What's the latest there?
Yeah, that's a great question, Tim. Actually, we did go and drive by Beasley Coliseum several times, just kind of made the rounds. It was still dark when we did that, but there was, at that time, nobody was in the Coliseum anymore. As far as we know, that those students have been cleared from the Coliseum.
All right, Channing Curtis reporting live in Pullman for us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, there's a lot to this. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Here is the WSU Insider. And this says, officer involved in fatal shooting during SWAT standoff identified. So this is news and information for faculty, staff, and the WSU community. Pullman, Washington. Washington State University Police Department is releasing the name of the officer who discharged the firearm during the incident at the Coffee House Apartments in the 1000 block of Southeast Lata Street that started on the evening of December the 14th. The Whitman County Regional SWAT team utilized verbal negotiations and less lethal tools during the more than 7-hour incident. Ultimately, one Washington State University Police Department officer utilized lethal force at 3:58 a.m. The officer involved in the fatal shooting during the SWAT team standoff was WSU Police Sergeant Brent Boyd. Sergeant Boyd is currently on administrative leave, which is standard after a use of deadly force incident. State law requires that the investigation of officer use of deadly force be completely independent of the agency whose officer was involved in the use of deadly force. The Regional Palouse Area Law Enforcement Critical Incident Investigative Response Team is investigating the shooting. That is a mouthful. The team includes investigators from Assiston, Garfield, and Whitman counties, and the Washington State Patrol, with WSP investigators taking the lead. WSU police are not part of the investigative team, but are fully cooperating with the investigation. The Whitman County Regional SWAT team is comprised of officers from the Pullman Police, WSU Police, and the Whitman County Sheriff. WSU PD has a process for officers involved in shootings to return to full duty. That process includes placing the officer on temporary paid administrative leave, an opportunity for the officer to provide a full statement, and an assessment from a mental health professional. The chief can then make a determination about continued leave or return to duty. WSU PD is following this procedure to ensure the health and safety of our officer, as well as our community. Sergeant Boyd has been a WSU police officer since 2008. He was promoted to corporal in 2016 and then sergeant in 2022. So I wonder if he was promoted to sergeant when those guys retired, when that whole sex thing went down in March, in August. Anyways, Sergeant Boyd is a field training officer, certified patrol tactics instructor, and a certified firearms instructor for handgun, rifle, and shotgun. So it says it's also on their Facebook, and media inquiries about the process should be directed to Washington State Patrol Sergeant Chelsea Hodgson. So with that being said, I have a little slideshow we're going to go over. This is Sergeant Boyd looking like Scott Peterson a little bit. You say Scott Peterson,
if you say
lose
Ferris Bueller, you lose a testicle.
So that is Sergeant Boyd, who is currently on leave for this incident. Now, this is interesting. I found this on Reddit. And this is supposedly, allegedly, people at the school. And they got this text. And this was posted to Reddit. I'll share the post that I found. So this is what came up. And they said, what? It's 3 a.m. And how freaky for them that 3 a.m. after these people were just murdered at that time. So it says WSU alert, SWAT team operation. SWAT team is actively working on the south side of campus. Shelter in place until further notice. So that's the first one. Then someone says, bruh. Hi, Mary P. and hi, Brandy Wine. Then this one says, Pina says he just said he's going to start killing people right now, starting with the people outside. Sounds like he is reloading. And I don't know if they're listening to a scanner. Something en route, ETA 2.5 hours, though. Relief en route. Closing Main Street from Bishop to Main. Shot fired out the window appears to be horizontal. After that shot, he said, did I get him? Another shot fired out the window. Fire dispatching, evacuating whole building. Shelter being set up. Somebody said, I just fell asleep and got this. Definitely heard shots. Fearless Grape. Hot Potato 69. I've counted over 10 so far. I can't keep track anymore. I've heard several more. Are these Brian's fake names? Didn't he have fake names like this? Pineapple Porcupine or something? Because this makes it sound like there was a mass shooting, just like Brian and his dad said. Contact on the suspect. Suspect is down. Sounds like an officer was affected, which they weren't. Secure the scene and hold it. Studio Empress. What is going on in this area? First Moscow, now Pullman. Dude, I just heard gunshots. Fuck, and I'm in Southside too. Shots fired apparently. Another shot fired. Hungarian guy shares the lift of the shelter in place. Pineapple Porcupine. Or Pina La Porcupine. It's 3 a.m. What is going on? SWAT has to come from like Spokane. Could this have been planned for 3 a.m. on purpose? You know how we talked about Brian calling those fake calls in, like the noise complaints? What if he did that to this guy and he actually literally swatted him? Rude-elated Courts says, so in my experience, got family members involved in drug dealing. SWAT teams like coming in the middle of the night because the element of surprise prevents people from destroying as evidence. My guess is this is drug related, to be honest. ETA, listening to the scanner now, shit is hitting the fan. Minipede says, I heard the first shot at 9 p.m. from Chinook Village Apartments. Does anyone know what happened to start it? Anyone else hear shots earlier than when the police arrived on the scene? The Chinook, like the gym? Sorry, Chinook Village is my apartment. I'll make an edit. I was walking past Yakima Village on my way to Chinook Apartments when I heard it. And then Moonlight Meadow says 11 days ago. So on the body cam footage from Brian Koberger's traffic stop in Indiana, he mentioned the SWAT shooting to the state trooper. He and his dad both mentioned in the footage that they're, quote, a bit punchy. I'm assuming this means driving faster than normal because they've been driving all day after a shooting near WSU where Brian lives. They talk about it a lot in the few minutes the traffic stop took. I'm not suggesting it's related. I'm just wondering if anybody knows if Brian Koberger's complex was close by, or if you think this event spooked him to leave when he did. Since his dad was with him, I doubt it, but I found it interesting he was so fixated on telling the state trooper about his shooting. Chinook. So I don't know. It seems like some of these people are saying that there were shots fired before the cops got there. And then this was another interesting thing I found on Reddit. it says BK reportedly asked a neighbor whether they'd be able to kill someone as a member of the military. And this guy that was killed was in the military. In another conversation, the neighbor told CBS Mornings that Kohberger asked if he had watched Netflix Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, a limited series that tells the story of the notorious serial killer's life. He said that in that conversation, Kohberger mentioned how rare serial killers are. A neighbor recalled a third conversation in which Kohberger asked whether he'd be able to kill someone as a member of the military. Kohberger, 28, was arrested in his home state of Pennsylvania on December 30th, blah, blah, blah. We know all that. So this is coming from CBS News. A neighbor said that, thank you so much, Disneyland, for your super chat. I just think that maybe he knew this guy. I don't know. Could he? So here we go with another update here. The Washington State University Police Department is releasing the name of the officer who discharged the firearm during the incident at the Coffeehouse Apartments, 1000 block of Southeast Latta Street. So it started on the 14th. So Brian didn't leave until the 15th, correct? From what we know. No, this was all written before he went to jail. Yeah, they said that shooting was gang related, I believe. I saw something about that before I went live. So this is basically the same thing. So this is actually the man who was killed, Brent Kopacka. So what's interesting is that he has the same, his middle name is Lee, though.
What you are witnessing is real. The participants are not actors.
So my question is, like, was Brian trying to, like, set this dude up with, like, the military knife, with you know, asking questions about them, like, oh, if you're in the military, would you kill someone? Maybe he thinks they're more desensitized to it. Or maybe he wanted to talk about their feelings when they killed someone. Who knows? What's PCA? The Whitman County Coroner's Office announced that 36-year-old Brent Lee Kopacka. And isn't it weird? Like, if you were to look at a phone book, you would see Kohberger, then you would see Kopacka. You know what I mean? Isn't that weird? According to past reporting, the Pullman Police Department responded to a report of a man allegedly threatening to kill his roommates. Officers tried to speak to Kopacka, who barricaded himself inside his apartment. So what I'm wondering is, I mean, we know Brian's, if he did this, he is like the epitome of evil, correct? I mean, can we all agree on that? He's the epitome of evil. So with that being said, how do we know that he didn't know that this guy had issues? And perhaps the SWAT team or the police showing up at this guy's house would trigger him, and they would think possibly that he was the murderer. Alpaca. I know, I thought the same thing. I don't think this guy did anything. We have no idea who the roommates are. So apparently it's under investigation now by the Washington State Police. A phone book. I But if you looked in the phone book, it would be like, whatever. What's this guy's name again? Kopacka. You'd see Koberger and Kopacka. I don't know. It's kind of odd. I mean, he supposedly, is this criminologist who's going to think about the mind fuckery of it. Yeah. He's not necessarily maybe going to be a good crime scene cleanup guy, but he might be a good mind fuckery guy who wants to have them scrambling. Because also, let's go. Oh my gosh, okay, let's watch this and then we'll get to the next part. It's going to be an ad. This guy was awarded a Purple Heart. He was a paratrooper and he had a traumatic brain injury while serving in Afghanistan from 2005 to 2008.
More. The man who was killed during a SWAT standoff in Pullman last week. He was a U.S. Army veteran who had been battling PTSD for the past 16 years. Brent Kopacka was shot and killed on December 15th after Pullman police say he barricaded himself in his apartment. Officers first responded to the report of him threatening to kill his roommates. According to his family, Brent was a paratrooper in the U.S. Army and sustained a traumatic brain injury in combat while serving in Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan from 2005 to 2009. He was awarded the Purple Heart for his service. His family says those who knew Brent knew him as a loving, caring, and very loyal friend. They add, over the course of the past 16 years, Brent fought a courageous battle against PTSD, but in the end, he couldn't break free. They said, quote, "Please learn all you can about PTSD so you will have an understanding of the toll it takes on our veterans, their families, and their friends."
I feel like this incident and having the cops called triggered this dude. Oh my God, look at this picture. Hey, Brad, do you think this is real? No, this isn't old. This is from December 15th. There was a SWAT situation at WSU campus. You might want to rewind, Jennifer. And this is the man who was killed. I mean, he could have been triggered by something else, and one of his roommates called. But we have to also think that there was someone that didn't want to be caught for a quadruple murder. And this would be a good way to distract also while you get out of town. I mean, if they've got to call in the SWAT team from, where did they say? Spokane? This is this man's obituary. He was born October 4th, 1986, and he died December 15th, 2022. And his family puts, "It is with great sadness that our beloved son, Brent Lee Kopacka, went to heaven on December 15th, 2022, as a result of a traumatic brain injury sustained in combat in Afghanistan, which led to a 16-year ongoing battle with severe PTSD." And then it goes on just to talk about his family. It says, of course, over the past 16 years, Brent fought a courageous battle against PTSD, but in the end, he couldn't break free. But this right here, Brent always enjoyed remembering people on their birthday, He would send pictures and updates to friends and loved ones of new places and new adventures he was on. He loved to experience new places, so it was hard for him to settle in one place. So, how long was Brent in town? That's interesting to hear as well. I didn't see anything about this guy having an addiction, but I mean, with PTSD, it wouldn't be surprising. But it sounds like he didn't stay in one place for very long. So I don't know what his history is or how long he had even been in that apartment. Did he know Brian? I don't know. But it would be a really good distraction. And not to mention, the guy's dead. So dead men can't talk, right? And then we have to think about, too, that BK's allegedly said, was anybody else arrested? Yeah, who's the roomies? I don't know. Nope, it doesn't say anything. I think he was a disabled vet. I don't think he worked. I think he was a disabled veteran. But this guy was actually in the Army, and isn't that what Brian wanted to do? So was he disgruntled with military people? I mean, this guy got the Purple Heart. I mean, bless him. Thank him for our service, Brent, you know? I don't know what that means, Sofa King. I couldn't even begin to decipher what you just put in chat. I mean, this could all be a legitimate thing, totally unrelated, but nonetheless, it's a little unnerving, especially since Brian and his dad mentioned it in their traffic stops. You know? Lisa, how do you know that? Are you guessing? Or if you say something like with fact, say where you know that from, because that's very important. Okay, so here is another video on this incident, and this is about the officer, Brett Boyd.
Information tonight about the deadly officer-involved shooting in Pullman last week. WSU police now say it was Sergeant Brett Boyd who opened fire, killing 36-year-old Brent Kopacka. Officers say Kopacka had been threatening to kill his roommates in an apartment across from campus and then started shooting when the SWAT team tried to negotiate with him. So Boyd shot and killed him. He is now on leave, which is protocol, while the shooting is under investigation.
So I wonder who called in the initial report. That's what I would like to know. And I think that there is somebody trying to get these reports. But if it's under investigation, we're not going to know that. But who originally called and said, Brett is trying to kill me? I don't know. I didn't see anything about his job. I cannot speak on any job. It just says that he was threatening to kill his roommates. And they shot and killed him at 4 a.m. at the Coffee House Apartments. And that if you have any questions, Mary, this is who you contact. The Regional Police Area Law Enforcement Critical Incident Investigative Response Team.
La, la, la,
Okay.
la, la.
So I guess that's who you direct your questions to. Weird. Crazy area that Pullman in Moscow. So I want to go back over, hopefully, I'm going to go back to the video player. Let me see if I can fix my mic over there. Can you hear me now? I think I fixed it. I think I fixed it. Alrighty, let's go into Google Earth. So I'm going to tell you guys what I did here. Okay, so what I did is I have all of these police reports and I put them all into Google Earth.
You buzzed?
So first we're going to go down, and this is only a few of them because I didn't want to do too many right now. Waiting for some reports to come back first. So let's go down to the King Road residence first. Oh, look at all those pins. This is, you guys, this is, yay, I'm glad the mic's working. All these pins are incidents. But the thing with it is, these are only incidents from July and August. Okay? And these are all online in their police blotter, if you will.
Jeepers!
But what I want to show you is how alarming. These are just some in July, and then I've got some in August to go over. So let's take a look and let's zoom down in. Dr. Lipschitz, do you have shit lips? I don't know. I don't get it either. But I guess we have to wait for the investigation. We have to wait for the investigation. Okay. So the first thing we're going to look at is a report of, and this is on July 1st. Now, we don't know when Brian came there. We're hearing it was like August. I don't know. This may or may not have anything to do with him. So why can't you guys see what this says? Why is it a white box for you? That is so stupid. Okay, so the first thing, 7-1. Okay, so right here, I'll just read it to you. The box is going to come up empty. I don't know why. But over here, this is a report on East 6th Street and Johns Alley. This is July 1st. Woman being harassed by a man. At 3:07 a.m., request check on female who is being harassed by a male. And it says officer responded, no report. So that's the first one. The second one might make you laugh. I had to throw it in here because I just couldn't believe it. This one's going to be over here at the Walmart on West Pullman. And we have someone pooped in a bucket. And this was at, let's see, 2:57 p.m. A customer defecated in a bucket on the sales floor on the 4th. There is camera footage available. Report taken. So someone on the 4th of July had to poop and pooped in a bucket at Walmart. Now, back to the case. Maybe Brian pooped in a bucket. I don't know. This one here is the 600 block of North Almond Street. It's ALMON. And it says sick or injured animal. And it says 6:22 p.m. Or no, rather 6:22 a.m. Reporter found a dead cat. So interesting, right? Dead cat. Now, next one. 7/8. July the 8th. No, that's not the one I wanted. Hold on. 7/12. Now, I'm not saying these have any rhyme or reason about where they are. I'm just looking at incidents that have happened from July until now. And I'm only through July and August. So on 7/12, there was a male wandering around these apartments at 500 block of Indian Hills Drive. Male wandering around apartments for the past couple days. Officers responded. The next one, random number. This is the 500 block of East 3rd Street. Male calling 911 because a random number has been spam calling him and merging other calls to his line. Officers responded. I don't know if any of this is related. 7/15. So July 15th on West 4th Street and Jackson, a girl is locked in the bathroom. And this is in the downtown area. I don't know what's in Moscow, but around on this block, a girl was locked in the bathroom and her friend called 911 to report that she was locked inside the bathroom. And that was at 2 a.m. So that might have been a drunken thing. 7/16. This is where it gets interesting. Now, back over here to 800 block of Maybell Street. Okay, this is 800 block of Maybell. Right here. It looks like a nice, cute little neighborhood, right? So what happened here? Reporter is house sitting and feels like someone is in the house. In the house. She is locked in a bedroom. Dog is barking. And then it says officers responded. No report. Why is there no report on that? This house sitter thought somebody was in the damn house. What? Then we go on 7/16 the same day, except on East 6th at Short's Funeral Chapel at 7:54 a.m. Car running and reporter did not see anyone inside the car. Was running for at least 30 minutes. Last seen 20 minutes ago. Officer responded, computer report. But this house sitter called at 12:42 a.m. So 12:42 a.m. House sitter thinks someone's in the house. 7:54 a.m. There's a car running. It's been sitting there for 30 minutes. Someone calls the police. Weird. And I think a lot of times these crimes are kept under wraps because it's a college town. I don't know why, Heather, I would have to say 8 out of 10 times there's no report. I mean, this person thought somebody was in their house and there's no report of it. This is scary because how are they going to go back and have any kind of details? I mean, I guess they can follow up with all these people, but man, it would have been a lot easier to get the freaking firsthand account of, the witness statements right there when it happened instead of having to go back 6 months later and ask these people about these incidents. Here's another one I thought was interesting. This is on the 200 block of North Hayes. This is on the other side of town. 2 dogs have been barking for 2 days, have not stopped in the backyard. RP reporter has knocked on the door. Officer advised, no report. So we don't know if the people's dogs who were barking for 2 days, we don't know what the fuck happened. Because there was no report. Can I get a okay? Okay. All right, the next one. This is where it gets kind of creepy. So now we're back over in the downtown area, okay? So you see here, there's a car broken into, vehicle prowler. Same thing. I just worded it different. Here's the A&W restaurant that the laptop video maker guy mentions, that it's an Exxon A&W or whatever, and that was the only time we ever heard it called that. But at any rate, this one on 1200 block of South Main, sometime between 11:30 last night and now, which was 8:15 in the morning, someone got into the reporter's vehicle and rummaged through everything. Now a report was taken. Guess it depends on what cop you get. Now, on that same day, at 11:49 a.m., on the 1100 block of South Logan, and I'm sorry, I'm not looking at chat, so if you guys want to get something to me, I'll look at it when I'm done. This one says, male was in the bushes, disoriented. Reporter got him out of the bushes. He's sitting on the steps. That might have just been someone drunk or on drugs or something. Here's the other car broken into. 11:47 a.m. Troy Road, Washington Trust Bank. Reporting that her vehicle was broken into last night. Report taken. So if we go down here, I should zoom down and take you guys to all these places, but here's another one. 1:30 in the morning on July 22nd. Weapon offense at a bar. It says, officer responded, report taken, complaint of threatening situation. So there's that one. And that is at Mingles Bar and Grill on South Main. Let's go down there. So this is some burger place. Hamburger. The Humble Burger. But there's a bar, Mingles, right here. Right here. There's Mingles. So there was some type of weapon offense at Mingles. The next one we're going to go to is on the next day. The same day as the weapon offense at Mingles. Fast forward to 3:24 in the morning at the Corner Club. There's a male intoxicated or high wandering around in the area, kicking cars. So I thought that was odd that there was a man, there was some kind of weapon incident. No one was arrested, obviously. But then a few hours later, there was a guy down here at the Corner Club kicking cars. Weird. Okay, now we're going to go over to another incident on 7/23. This is the next day. So there was the weapon incident. There was the Corner Club, someone kicking cars, high or drunk. Then we go to Tri-State Outfitters, sporting goods store. On July 23rd, they report a theft. Reporter has picture of shoplifter from last night. Happened after close at 20 o'clock. So that would be 8 o'clock.
Roberta.
PM. Took item from the store and walked out. Officer responded, report taken. I don't know what was stolen at the sporting goods store. Interesting nonetheless, right? Tri-State Outfitters. Right here in Moscow. Next one, let's go to Paradise Path. Paradise Path, where we know those kids were confronted with someone in black with a knife. Let's go down here. On this day, on July 27th, there was a vehicle that drove up on the bike path. And this was at pretty late, 9:46 p.m. Vehicle drove up on a bike path and is now parked in the area. Reporter thinks it's strange. Officers responded. No report. Nothing to see here. Fucking kidding me? Now, fast forward 4 days later, on the 31st of July. We're going over to the 200 block of Almond Street, Almon. We were there in the very beginning. There's several on this street. But this one here really got me, and I think it's going to bother y'all too, okay? And it just gives you the block, okay? So this is the 200 block. Shit. Of North Almond. 2109. So that would be 9:09, right? 9:09 p.m. Daughter just moved in, and reporter believes a male across the street has been watching her for hours. Reporter, hard to understand. Officers responded, "No report."
What?
The very next day, we're going to go over to 3rd Street. The very next day at 2214, 10:14 p.m. And these down this road, you can't go down here on Google Earth, but down this road, see they're building. There's a lot of things being built. See these houses up on the hill. It's beautiful, right? Look at the colors on the leaves. Beautiful, beautiful. But guess what? On August 1st, someone called and said, reporter worried about a strange subject walking around. Reporter thinks he just went into one of the construction trailers. Officers responded. UTL. I don't know what that stands for. Unable to locate. No report. Same day, 8/1. Let's go over to 200 block of Baker Street. Apartments on all four corners. Okay. What happened here? At 1641, what is that? 441. When the reporter returned home just now. Now listen carefully. When the reporter returned home just now, there was a vehicle in the parking lot stopped in front of her house. When they saw the reporter, they pulled to the other side of the parking lot, turned around a couple times, then came back over and parked next to the reporter's vehicle. They looked at the reporter's license plate and then were looking at the reporter. Doesn't say if they took, it says unable to locate is their disposition. I'm assuming no report. Looking at her license plate. Do you think that Brian could look up license plates to find out people's names? What apartment they live in? This is disgusting and scary. Scary. Let's keep on. Okay, so that was August 1st. Let's go to August 2nd. We're going to go over to the 100 block of South Lily. This is reported at 8:01 p.m. reporting a burglary. This is the area, the 100 block of Lily. Looks like there's a path right here. I don't know if that's Paradise Path or what. Oh, it says, hold on. Oh, Lillian Woodsworth Otness Park. So that's a park. So anyways, on 100 block of Lily, reporting a burglary and suspicious circumstances, officer advised, no report. Who reporting a burglary they don't write up a report for that?
Okay.
You're what the French call les incompetents.
Here's another one that'll get your gears going. 8-3. This is August the 3rd. We're going over to 900 block of Travoy Way. Travoy Way. Here, it looks like a lot of duplexes and apartments, stuff like that. Obviously, college student jogging. So what happened here, you might ask? Well, I'll tell you. Harassment. 900 block Travoy Way. Time reported 11:56 p.m. Being harassed, was followed home from bar couple days ago. Officer contacted reporter. No report. Followed home from bar. Scary stuff. Male wandering around apartments. Vehicle broken into. Guy in bushes. House sitter thinking someone's in the house. I mean, let's keep going. I hate to keep going. I hate that there's more, but it's never ending. 1700 block of Polk Street on July 3rd. This is at 2:11 p.m. Complaint of vehicle break-in. Officer responded. Report taken. So a lot of vehicles were getting broken into. Now, here we go. We're going back to the 100 block of Lily.
To hell.
Remember the 100 block of Lily? What happened there? Was that where a car was broken into? What the heck was it? Or was it the dead cat? Hold on. Now I need to know. I know we just...
One-way ticket to hell.
Gosh. I don't know. I thought we just talked about Lily. Maybe I'm just having... There's a lot. Like if I check all these ones that I have, I'll show you before we're done. Okay, here's 100 block of South Lily Street. This is at 12:42 a.m. Reporter wants to talk to an officer about some sketchy stuff that's been happening to her and her roommate over the last couple weeks. Officer responded. No report. This is the 100 block of Lily right here. Apartments. I wonder what sketchy stuff. I guess we won't know because no report was taken. On that same day, at 8:19 p.m., someone called and said there was an injured baby raccoon between her yard and her neighbor's yard in this neighborhood here. An injured baby raccoon. So maybe it was just wildlife, like they said, not related. Now, on August the 5th, we're going over to the 1100 block of North Polk Street, 2:13 a.m. And look, it just so happens that a vehicle was broken on that same block 2 days prior. But on the 5th of August, a woman called and said that a male was messing with her lock and wandering around outside. Last saw him a few minutes ago. Officer responded, report taken. So this was down here. There was a car broken into on this block here. And then also a woman called and said a man was messing with her lock. Petrifying. Petrifying. So let me just check off all the ones I have, and then I'm going to show you how many incidents just in July and August. And I'm sure some of these are regular college town stuff. I'm not saying all of these are Bryan, but it's interesting to go back and look. But it's also interesting to note that I don't think these kids were safe. And I don't know if the cops, could have even imagined something like this based on these incidents, but isn't it chilling to go back and see it after the fact? Like, weird. It's eerie and scary and sad. I mean, we've got break-ins, we've got an unattended death, all this. Wait till you see. Okay, let's get out of the street view. And let's back out of here. Back it up. Isn't it chilling just to see? This is just Moscow. This is just up until, well, I got some Novembers in there. This is from 6/1. I have one on 6/1. This is July to, it's 1 month. 1 month and then a few incidences in November. Let's take a look at November 10th. Well, actually, let's go back in time. Let's go to the 5th. Here is November 5th. Reporter reporting male texting her repeatedly. Reporter advised she told male to stop contacting her, but he hasn't. 200 block of 3rd Street, which is right here. Let's see what's down here. And this could be anybody. I mean, let's face it. I don't know. This is some kind of diner. But on this block somewhere, somebody was being texted and didn't want them. And the guy would not stop. So. And then we've got on the same day, on the 5th, over here on Steiner Avenue, the 500 block of Steiner at 1627. It says someone broke into the reporter's house sometime between 9 and 14, 2, over the last 3 days. Someone broke into their house on 500 block of Steiner sometime between 9 and 2 over the last 3 days. Officer responded, no report. Let's go down to the break-in. This is Steiner. 500 block. More and more apartments. I don't know what this is. Now hiring. Retirement home, maybe. But this is Steiner Avenue. Break-in. And then here's another one. 1400 block of Mountain View Road. And this is near where the suspicious circumstance, and then followed home from the bar over here. This person called at 2:01 p.m. reporting that a subject has hijacked her Instagram. Officer responded, no report. So down here, someone has taken over someone's Instagram, and this is the area here. Not sure if that means anything to anybody. But then on 11/8, November 8th, we have 2 incidences at the 400 block of South Almond Street, ALMON. That's the 3rd time we've been to Almond. And we have 2 reports of a car being keyed. Okay. So this woman's reporting that her son's vehicle, and then the caller actually called. So that's 11/8. Keyed car. 11/9, there's a threat at the 1600 block of Levick Street. Officer responded for a threatening. Report taken. So that's interesting. Because there's also a welfare check right after that. Or no, that's the same place there was a welfare check back in July. So on 11/10, November the 10th, over here at the 1400 block of Hawthorne Drive at 1:43 a.m., a woman called reporting a dispute with a male whom she invited him to her home. He is no longer on scene. Officers responded. No report. So we have the welfare check. We have the dispute with the man. We have another welfare check. We have male wandering around the apartments. And then we have a break-in over here. And then we have a vehicle prowler over here. Another car broken into here. Break-in here on 11/5. And that's pretty much where I'm at with this. So I'm interested to see what you guys think of all of this. There's really, I don't know how to show you like a center point. I mean, this is just 1 month. I have records up until the murders. So I still have to go through August, September, October. I don't know any other way to do this. But if someone's good at this stuff and you want to help, I'll email you. Someone's outside yelling. I'll email you this file from Google Earth and you can add to it or whatever. This one here, I didn't read this one. Oh, the unattended death on 600 block of West Palouse River Road. This is huge. This is huge. July 10th. Unattended death. This is, I guess, in this trailer park. It says, people outside are distracting me. It just says 600 block West Palouse River Road, reported at 9:08 a.m. Fire, EMS, law, and coroner responded. Report taken. And then on that same day, at 17:32 p.m. at the 500 block of Almond, where the woman reported she was being harassed, a male attempting to kill reporter's dog. Officers responded. Report taken. Kill their dog? And then we have this one over here on the 1900 block of EF Street. And this was reported at 10:09 p.m. Reports neighbor has been acting erratically recently, as stuffing things in storm drains and wandering all hours of the night. Officers responded. No report. Now, never mind that whoever this person is that's wandering around and stuffing things in storm drains lives right around the corner from a charter school where children go to school. Like, what the hell? I would think that would be something you'd want to follow up on. I don't know. What do I know? But at any rate, these are just a few of the reports. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know what to make of all of this, you guys. But I think that if we go back, hang on, I'm going to go back to the regular screen. You're welcome, Heaven. That's how I learn. So that's probably why I set it out like that. But I will, if you guys are interested, I will put all of the rest together because I'm just interested in seeing what it looks like once it's complete. It's interesting to note, too, that these reports are all archived. Yeah, it could have been an elderly person. It could have been. We've got some requests in for these records to see what we will get. I don't know if anything, I'm not sure. But rumor has it, and people have speculated that this guy, Brent, drove a white Elantra. But as far as I could see, that was all speculation. So I don't know. There's a lot, you guys. There's a lot more. There's dead dogs. There's dead cats. There's trying to think of the other things. I mean, but I like going through them one by one. So I'm going to put those together, and we'll go through those and see. But I mean, if I call the police and I say, oh my gosh, I think somebody's in my house or my house was broken into, why is there no report? I don't like that. So let me come over here and end this poll. And thanks you guys for listening. And you guys are tied. Look at that. Split down the middle. 51% of you don't think the SWAT was related, and 48% of you do. I know, Perry, it's... Yeah, peas in a pod. I did see a white car in that parking lot, but I looked at it. I thought it was a Volkswagen, like Jetta or something.
One-way ticket to hell.
Well, all of these that I'm looking at haven't started September. July 1st is where I started because I wanted to see if there was any kind of like trend. So if he wasn't there, I should actually go back, but I don't know when he moved there. I've heard different things. So I don't know. But if you guys, it's time consuming, but if you're interested in that, I will complete it and we can go through them. Like I'll do another month. It takes a lot of time because I'm putting all the details in. I'm just pissed that you can't see the box. I need to figure out how to see so you guys can see that text. They should, Tracy Faulkner. Tracy's Meet the Falkers said, when police arrive and the person cannot be located, here they will contact reporter and get description and keep an eye out. July of 2021? Yeah, I don't know. These are all archived and they're not on their main site. But there's a report number with each one, so they're not just gone. You know what I mean? Not yet, Perry, because I think that was in September, so I'm not there yet. 2022. Judy Tubes. Where's the accountability? Hi, Potato. Jacob wants to know if next time I can say Roberta instead of reporter. Every time the word pops up, it would be more fun. I can try to do that.
Hi, Jennifer.
Okay, so July 2022, yeah. So there was one incident, you guys. You guys. I sound like a weirdo. You guys. Let me show you. Let's go back here real quick. On July 1st, I know this is probably reaching, because I don't know when he moved there. But June 1st. This is the 200 block of Almond Street again. Almon. Remember Almond? Almond is where the male was watching the female. There's also a 911 hang up on Almond. I forgot to show you. This one is... .400 block of North Almond Street at 12:20 a.m. 911 hang up on callback. Male advised he had meant to call, but he wasn't sure. Paused and someone yelled in the background. Officers responded. No report. That is Almond. Now, where's the other one? Female caller. Okay, here's another one. Oh, there's the dead cat too on Almond. Fuck, I forgot about that. So again, Almond. And this one says, there's so many of them. Okay. This one is the 600 block of North Almond at 6:22 a.m. Reporter found a dead cat. No report. On 7/28, female says that she is safe. 600 block of Almond Street at 2:56 p.m. Female says she is safe but refusing to give any information and not hanging up is telling someone to leave her alone. Don't know if there's a report on that one. Here's another one. Harassment. 600 block Almond Street at 12:19 a.m. Subjects on reporter's property harassing a guest. There was a report taken for that one. And then there's another one. 600 block. It's a civil call. And all it says is 2:07 p.m. Officer requested case report taken. There's no details. I have no idea what that's even about. But if we zoom out, it'll show you where in town that is. So then over here, see how there's a dead cat right here? See the dead cat thing here? Well, check this out. On 7/29, on the 400 block of Main Street, reporting a dead dog in the roadway between Sonic and Paws. Officers responded. No report. Dead dog in the road. I'll show you the road. This road. By Nom Nom. By the gas station in Walgreens. So there was a dead dog right in front of Dutch Brothers. I'm done. Isn't that where Kaylee worked? Dutch Brothers? I can't. I keep thinking about the skin dog. It's like sickening. Let's see, where were we? Oh, Almond Street. Yeah, so we're going back to Almond. Look here. 200 block Almond Street, but this is back on June the 1st at 12:23 p.m. Now this is weird. Charcoal gray pickup with male inside. Idles for 12 hours at a time. Male watches people day in and day out. Been parked there for 8 days. Officer advised and reporter contacted. No report. What? And that's right in the same area on July 31st where this mother called and said, someone's been watching my daughter from across the street. And then we're hearing in June there was someone sitting in their truck parked there for 8 days watching people? What? And this is all on Almond Street. I mean, what in the hell? Dead animals, women being watched, locks being messed with. I don't know. Why are they allowing it for 2 hours, let alone 8 freaking days? I don't know. You guys, I was just as shooketh with all of this. I was like, I would want to know. I mean, no wonder Steve G said these kids aren't safe. This is alarming. And a lot of these are scary, you know, burglaries, girls calling about sketchy stuff happening to her and her roommate. I don't know, guys. It kind of makes you rethink probably every college town, you know, like. So we're going to float over to King Road from all of those incidents. And we're going to, just to give you an idea where the hell is their house. Now I'm confused. Oh, right here. Okay, so this is, can I mark that with something else? They should let you do different color pins. Really stupid. So here's the King Road residence. Oh, here's one I forgot. Oh, here's a couple I forgot. So the injured baby raccoon was actually right on the other side of Walenta. See that? So here we have the Alpha Gamma Delta. We have an incident there as well on Nez Pierce Drive. This was on, shoot, I don't have a date. This had to be mid-July. Alpha Gamma Delta. I don't know who lives there, if we know anybody lives there. But at 12:32 p.m., there was a fire alarm. Fire and law responded, no report. So was that another fakey call? Now, the next one in this vicinity, right next to King Road, is 500 block of Queen Road. This was reported on, I don't know the date. It's somewhere between 7/16 and 7/21. I'll get the exact date and throw it in here. But on the 500 block of Queen Road, we have a report of someone believes that someone might have tried to break into their apartment. This was at 22:20. 10:20, I guess. I'm not good with that, but 10:20, and it says officers responded, report taken. Now, we're not even to the body cam where the one girl's like, oh my God, someone went through my car, blah, blah, blah. I did hear the woman, Kim. I did. Yep, I did. Thank you, Curiosity. I really have been working hard. Yeah, it's alarming, right? It's alarming that all these things are going on, and there's all these kids leaving, the safety of their own homes and moving here and, perhaps not being protected like they should be, I mean, these officers in Washington were too busy screwing on the job to do a well job, in my opinion. So this is actually right next to where Ethan lived, where that fire alarm was at 12 o'clock midnight. There's Ethan's place right there. So, some creepy shit going on. And then we know that all those calls, were made, the noise complaints. And yeah, they were being loud and they could have been legitimate, but maybe there's more to this. Okay, but on the home, thank you, CR, for your super sticker. Yeah, there is a lot to unpack. On 8/16 was the first day of body cam footage with Kaylee, was it? Do I have anything on that date? Oh, yeah, I have a ton on that date. I have the vehicle prowler on Main Street. I have the guy in the bushes on Logan Street. I have the car broken into. We also have a mail. Oh, here's another one. At 1909, a reporter reporting a male that she believes is pretending to be a Ziply employee to get Social Security number information. No report? I mean, what? And then the next day was the weapon offense at the bar at Mingle's Bar and Grill at 1:30 in the morning. And then went on to harassment, male kicking the car at the corner club, Tri-State Outfitters theft. So was someone mad and then went and stole a knife or a weapon? I don't know. This one just says 600 block of Almond, civil calls. Officer requested case, report taken. Here's one on 7:30. And this is right at the university. So July 30th, it says University of Idaho. Time reported 11:31 p.m. All it says is officer advised, no report. And that's right where near where the vehicle was on the bike path right here. And then also, the girls are right over here. Just trying to see if I forgot any of them. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, here's another one we didn't go over. 100 block of South Washington. It says 12:28 a.m. bike in the bushes near Palouse Properties. Officer responded, no report. And I didn't even put the amount of stolen bikes. On August the 1st, somebody was wandering around. Oh, that one I already did. Okay, I think we covered them all. Thanks, you guys, for listening. I hope that you found this at least somewhat interesting. I know, but you've got like a whole town of kids, from the age of 18. Thank you. I got some Reese's. That was the day she moved into King Road, really. Where did she move from? Because there were also reports, you guys, that there were issues with a roommate. And the girl that was moving out requested officer backup to move out of there. And they had a
Ooh, that will scare somebody.
no contact order against this roommate. Well, that night too, the Saturday, I don't know, call the Moscow police and ask them what their protocol is on writing reports. An entire bag of what? Reese's? Oh, well, thank you, John Gone Girl. Well, I hope you guys found this info interesting, but I will continue to add to my Google Earth for you guys. I think it's interesting as well. I mean, I'd be really equally as interested to see how it compares to another college town. Is it the same? Would we have the same incidents? Would we have the same shit? Because, I mean, let's face it. Kids get drunk. They act weird. They can be harassing. They can be annoying. I mean, all these things, we don't know if, the report wasn't taken. And I'm saying this because I play devil's advocate. I don't know. All I know is what I find and I show you. So we don't know if these were, dramatized events and that's why they didn't put the report in there. We don't know. But this is my dessert. Don't be jealous. That was the potato. Yep.
You're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah, that's what it's been requested, Perry. So we are waiting to see if they're going to release any of that. But thank you guys, and I'm interested what you think about the SWAT thing. So maybe we can do another call-in show, and we can discuss this when I get like the next one done, and we'll. I want to keep the dialogue going because you guys have a lot of interesting things, and you get my wheels turning. So thanks, Peanut. That is kind of a coincidence, Phoenix Rising. I don't think I'll be able to believe Kaylee wasn't the target, knowing the body cam in her first day. Yeah, that's what's been done, none of your business. No, they're Reese's cups. My favorites are the big cups, but I'll settle for these. I'm a huge Reese's fan. Amy Perry, thank you for being here. Go Joe and CR and Leotech, all of you guys. Thank you, Sanner and Angie B. I just Googled them, KM. Just Googled them. Go to your, Google your town. I think I Googled Moscow police, or Moscow police blotter or something. Hey, headphones. It would be nice to share with you. I will share with you, Frankie. Hit me up. I'll send you a cup. Ever heard of Hudson Lindlow, the student that died there in June? No, but I heard about a girl that died. Okay, Steph Cran. Yeah, there's reports of that. So I'll get that on the thing. And we'll reconvene. Bye, Haley. Thanks for being here. Megan Kidd, that's unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Thank you, guys. All right, on your way out, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I am live. Cheryl T, my lovely auntie, I love you. Thank you, Sinead. But I'm live every Monday and Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in between there. But always on Mondays and Fridays.
Jeepers.
La, 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 la means let me finish.
All right. See you guys soon. Take care and leave me your thoughts in the comment section, replayers. Bye, potatoes. Bye, Gojo. Bye, Oopa Loopa. See ya. Dance it out.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
Place the lawyers.
I don't give a damn. Mary, Mary, why you bugging? I don't give a damn. You wanna be
Roly-poly, daddy's little Betty. Betty's gonna be a man someday.
You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact. I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool.